Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. Wherever you are, right here in Toronto, it's 3 o'clock. So here in Toronto, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I know down in Australia and New Zealand, it's in the morning there, which is their Sunday morning. They must probably having breakfast. And it's about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning there. So wherever you are around the world, tuning in to Maori Churr TV. So I just want to thank everybody that's coming on and is going to be tuning in. Should be pretty awesome. So, folks, I have a great show today, and it's a good friend of mine. Like I said, I don't have guests. I have friends tuning in on my show. And my show is called Talking Voices. So I thought I'd come on a little bit earlier just to double check everything and to make sure that everything is connected and we're going well. So just want to let everybody know. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we're tuning in from around the globe. I usually get a lot of people tuning in from places like Korea, China, Japan, from Ireland, even from South Africa, and of course Australia, New Zealand. So, and a lot of my friends that I have up here that are coming up that I interview, most of them are from New Zealand, but they're living abroad. And my friend that I have coming up soon at 3 o'clock is he's from New Zealand, but he lives in Buffalo. So I'm pretty excited to have him up. And folks, I also got at 5 o'clock, I'm doing a show, 5 Alive at 5, where I sing 5 songs. And I sing 5 songs at 5 o'clock. So every Saturdays. And I do this Talking Voices every Saturday as well at 3 o'clock. So I just want to just say hi to Dave Jeffs that he's on. Now, Dave Jeffs, I interviewed this gentleman a few weeks ago. He has a radio station down in Virginia, in Richmond, Virginia. And he's a Kiwi boy, and he's got a radio show down there. It's called KLA 20 Talks 2020. That's Kiwis Living Abroad. So you can check it out, or you can go to my page. He's on my page because I interviewed him before too. So I'm going to say hi to Gavin and Nikki that's online, and then Dawn and Mike that are online. So thanks for joining us. Now, I just want to let people know that are tuning in right now, if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can do that. Just key in Dino Rasta and Maori Churr TV. It's free. Just subscribe. You hit the bell there because that bell notifies you when I go live and doing anything live. So whether it's doing the show, Talking Voices, like today, 3 o'clock, 5 Alive. And I did a special yesterday from New Zealand with a New Zealand actor, famous actor back home, Lawrence McCordy. So it was a fantastic 1 hour interview yesterday. But folks, I've got a good friend of mine, and I just want to let you know about this gentleman, young married boy from New Zealand, and I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to bring him up in a few seconds here, and I just want you to listen to what he's got to say, because he's done a few things. It's very interesting what he does. He's in the IT. He's in the IT field, so he's done a lot. And I'm just going to bring him up right now. I'm going to get him to join me here right on Talking Voices on Maori Churr TV. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Mr. Tiaka Tony Kahi. Hey, brother.
What's going on, everyone?
How you doing, my man?
All right, Dino. Coming
all right.
All the way from New York.
Hey, brother, it's this is awesome. I just turned the music off, so this is awesome to have you on. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation to come on and share a little bit about your life, where you were born and raised, and working at home, and then you moved overseas, and then we'll touch on that, and where you're living now and what you're doing now. So that's very interesting, to hear. So I just want to first thank you. Like I said, thank you for coming on. And you and I have been friends for quite some time now, and I know you. I know you pretty good. So, and I know your heart is right in there, working hard, and making your life easier. And plus, you have a son that lives with you, and he's
Mhm.
just amazing. Yeah, he's that's him behind in those pictures there. A uh, what is that? Taekwondo?
Michael.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's pretty cool. So, bro, let me start off. Well, where are we going to start here? Born and raised. Born and raised. Where were you born and raised? And I'm going to let you talk about that while I slip in the corner here somewhere.
Sure,
There
man.
we go, brother.
Well, first of all, Dino, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got my little boy in the background. He's unable to join me today because he's with his mom. But yeah, I was born and raised in Pukekohe, New Zealand, South Auckland,
Mm.
Tamaki. It's a big family. At one point, 13 people. The old school, man. There's no TV. We all we all lived probably
Yeah.
5 kids to a bedroom, right? It's
Right. Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
upbringing. So very, very happy to have kind of a cohesive family. I mean, we have our struggles like most families do, but for the most
Hmm.
part, we're pretty joined. And now globally, through technology, we can really bridge the gap of distance. So yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah. So talk to me about that technology. Did you learn it from home, like I guess, as a kid growing
Sure.
up? Did you, where did you kind of connect into that? Where did you? There must have been somewhere along the line where where you had a kind of interest of going in that field.
Right.
So,
It
like,
wasn't until later that the computer system started taking off, the old IBM computers.
yeah.
But I was in Hawaii at the time, and I
Oh,
was working.
so you moved to Hawaii from New Zealand?
No, 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 man. That's a whole another story for another day because I
Oh,
I actually left New Zealand because I was part of the Mangukaha, the Black Power gang in
right.
Pukekohe. And really, the only way that I could foresee my future ever changing was to move out of the country. Try to get away
Yes.
and
Yeah.
get away from being glued in with the old boys from home.
Hmm.
So when I did that, I went to Australia with the intention to join the Australian Army, and then the very next morning, a group of missionaries came in and were proselytizing at the youth hostel that I was staying at. So that day, I had a decision to make, a pretty influential life decision to either decide to go in the army or go with these guys
Right.
over here and travel
Right.
because they were putting the carrot out in front of me, saying, "Hey, there's an opportunity. You know a lot of skills. You grew up.
Yeah.
You know how to do carpentry, plumbing, bricklaying, all that stuff. Electrical.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
stuff the old man taught us right back home.
Right.
Marae,
Right.
right? You learn all
Yeah.
this. So I ended up going on the mission field. I was on the mission field for probably 13, 14 years. And during that
Wow.
time, I traveled to Australia,
Hmm.
the Philippines, Macau, China, and then I did a whole stint up in Europe from Italy, Switzerland,
Hmm.
Germany, France, and all those European countries. But during and I'm very fortunate. I thank God for the things that have happened to
Yeah.
me in my life. But I managed to circumvent the globe one time.
Wow.
So
How
and I think
how old were you? Hey, bro, how old were you?
I was probably 25. I think I had my 21st birthday, and I think I left New Zealand probably 1986. In fact, I was looking at my passport the other day, and I think that was
Right.
the time that I got in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
So from there, it was nonstop, man. And then here I am, landing in Buffalo, New York. But that story about Hawaii, I was a resident manager at an apartment complex, and I was also doing oil changes for this one company that was just down the street from where I lived. And I got home one day and I said, "Man, I'm done with this. I'm not going to get my hands dirty anymore." So I studied computer programming with NRI schools.
Yeah.
And finished that course. And then from there, I pretty much never looked back. And just continued down the field of IT. And
Yeah, because I did a bit of homework here on you, and then I saw that you had some like telecommunication and IT, starting your career with several Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah, I've done a whole stint from service technician all the way up to the elite VP director.
Yes.
Kind of field, right? But I've it's just something that connects with me. I think I'm really good at it, and I know what I know, right? So
and you also earned a bachelor's degree in computer science.
Yeah. So
and where did you get that from? In the States?
In the States, yep, with Kennedy Western University. I actually am a bad Maori boy that dropped out of high school. That didn't complete high school. Right? So
one of the bad bros.
They don't want to muck around with those boys that don't want to come to school. So they whatever, come and get your card when you're done. But pretty much dropped out of high school. So
right.
Yeah. So that was like adult learning. Later in my life when things could really connect, I could connect the dots. I could understand. The math, the intelligence of the field that I was in, I could really grasp it, So speaking to my little boy, he has struggles in school, and I say to him, your father, he wasn't pretty smart. He wasn't very smart at school either. But I can tell you something, when you know what you want to do in your life, we're just going to go down that road, man. We're just down the road, and I'll put in as much input into him as much as possible, right? So it's cool, man. It's good stuff.
Well, I also noticed your certification include, you got a lot of companies here, Microsoft and Cisco and NEC. Those are big companies that you.
They're big technology companies, and at the time doing my bachelor's degree, like all of these certifications were like. All the engineers were doing it, right? So everybody was on board. It was like an open forum for everyone to kind of get certified. Right. So it was really easy because everybody was doing it. But now, they're really looking more for people that have the background and the experience, and that can manage people like.
So when did you move to Buffalo? How long have you been in Buffalo? Because I think you were in Washington before that. Or did you?
No. So I came.
That's Buffalo, New York, by the way, folks. If you're around the world, Buffalo, New York area.
So I actually traveled from Hawaii to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like at the time in 1993, the Buffalo Bills were playing Dallas Cowboy. I'm rooting for Dallas Cowboys.
So you got hooked right away.
Oh yeah, they don't play rugby like us, and I keep saying, man, if you guys want to know how to tackle, then you need to bring over a rugby coach. Right? Yeah. They're gonna teach you how to tackle, man, or a rugby league coach, right?
Yes.
Put the guy on the ground where he's standing with the ball, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the closest thing to rugby, but we love our rugby, bro.
Yes, we do. Yeah. Yep.
We love our rugby. Yeah. Hey, Tiaka, we got a lot of, we got a few people that are watching online. Miriam is watching from New Zealand, and she was, Wayne Dixon. So there's quite a few people on, and she just said, looking good there, mate.
Yeah.
So thanks, Miriam. She did a great job yesterday, by the way, with helping me with Lawrence and all that. So that was pretty cool, man. Yeah. So now I just want to let everybody know that you and I, Tiaka, we have been friends for quite some time now. But I also want to let them know that you're the one that has built my website and done everything what you see on Maori Churr TV. That was all done by you. And I've got a team here in Toronto too, like Rose Piri Santo, and then Doug Gill, and then yourself. So we've all got together and come up with ideas and all that. But you've built my website, and you take care of everything for me. So just want to let everybody know that. So you can tell them that about what I did to you a couple of
Well,
times.
yeah, like Dino's logo, one of Dino's logos. We were going back and forth on his logo, and he would say, "Oh, we just need that one just a little bit smaller." So I'd send it back a little bit smaller. Oh man, that's not small enough. We're just gonna bring it down just like more, right? And then we were going back and forth. So what I did, I did something really smart, right? I sent him like 3 different copies.
Yes.
Like he's gonna have to choose between 3. He can't keep making changes on me, So yeah, but we finalized the logo, right, bro?
That's
and the website, we got that up in probably less than a day.
Yeah. No, that's really awesome, and I'm very happy with it and pleased with it, and and that was all that came out of these 2 Maori boys there, you and me, and then, the ideas and everybody else behind the team behind us. So that was amazing, bro, amazing. Now I've got something that I want to show you, my friend. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, my father.
Okay, I'm just gonna go out of the screen, and I'm gonna make it bigger for you.
That's Hawaii. I played for a rock band. I didn't have any equipment. They invited me down, and they said, "Look, if you don't have any equipment, we got plenty of guitars and amps at the church office." I rolled on in. I had a half an hour jam with them, and they're huddling over in the corner. And they came back and said, "Man, we want you to join our band. Please look anywhere else, right?" But it's all fun. But that's in a studio. In fact, I still had that Gibson. It's a Gibson Studio '85 series. And an interesting story about that guitar. And actually, we had a flood in the basement in the house over here that I used to own.
Yeah.
And that guitar, unfortunately, got wet. So
it got flooded.
It got flooded in the basement. So I dried out the guitar, and actually the guitar sounded a lot better with the wood getting soaked by the water. It's funny, man. Back to my father, man. He's a very gifted musician. The guy, he had no formal education in music, but he just had the ears of Tuttinger. He really could hear all the guitar licks. He was a lead guitar player, much like myself, and a very, very good singer. And my mother also. Yes. But my father was very, very talented guitar player. And I only wish that I had acknowledged that at a younger age and the opportunity to learn from him. Right.
So, who's this here? Is that a band that used to be in? Yeah,
that band is called the Farrell's Brother, and they were the most popular band for social events back home. These guys, they're actually all farmers. All those boys, they own the biggest farm up in New Zealand.
Oh, really?
And they recruited my father, believe it or not, for this band, bro. They did the same thing that these other guys did to me. They said, "Man, we're not letting you go. You need to come down and play with us." So my father was very active, playing music on the weekends and in the evenings. And back in the day, he built a guitar amplifier that was had a little secret compartment in the back that he would stuff all this food in there, and they would encourage him to take food home for his family because they knew how big my family was.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wow. So where was this picture taken here? This one here. I had this one up. Let me see. This one was taken. Yeah, that was in
one of the restaurants over here before we left on our trip down to DC. You and Rose came down, and then we took a trip down to DC. Yeah.
That's right. We went to the DC one, yeah. And I guess this is the same one here too, I believe. Hang on, let me see. I have one picture of you. It's the picture that I started off with during the when I introduced you there. It's that one. Yeah. Where was that one?
This is Graham and Michelle's annual hangi. The missionary.
That's the thing that we miss. Going to those hangis, man. That's
Yeah,
down in Michigan. That's right. That's yeah. That's when we used to go to the hangis all the time. And
and
this
I,
is
you know,
that's actually where I first met you, I believe.
yeah, I mean, I managed to somehow get a hold of Jody and Royal,
Yeah.
Jody through Kyoto, USA. And, she was kind of firing off stuff saying, hey,
Right.
man,
Right.
this event, it's not very far from you. Would you be willing to
Right.
come out and take a look?
Yeah.
And it just so happened that we were on vacation in Pennsylvania, and the rest of the family kind of peeled away and came home. And I took my son to the first hangi over there.
Yeah.
And met Graham and Michelle and all the crew up there. Ross, all his family,
Yes.
his daughters, and Bruce and all the team down there, Jonathan Carr,
Yeah.
all the team players that make that event a pretty awesome event to go to. And I
Yeah.
think that
Yeah.
one only had 200 or 300 people.
Yeah. That was pretty cool, man. I miss going down to Michigan to Graham and Michelle's hanging and meeting all the guys. Like Jonathan Carr and Bruce and all the boys and all that. It was fun. And like I said, that was the first place where I met you down there at one of the hangis. And I can remember this. I can remember Wallace Faraday coming up to me and say, "Hey, bro, there's a Maori guy coming from Hawaii. He should be here today." He said Hawaii. He did.
Why not, right?
Yeah. He said coming from Hawaii. I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Well, we'll wait till he arrives and we'll get talking to him." And then when you arrived and we right away with that connection, because I think we all had ukuleles and we were all singing and playing, and that's why I got to meet you for the first time, bro. Those are going back a few years now.
Yes, it is.
So that
Dino.
was, yeah. So that was awesome, and that was a good time we had down there. And of course, you were connected to the Washington with Jody and all them, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you did a few things down there with them. So um, I believe that you did a hangi piece down there. I think it was uh, like you were MC down there for them, right?
Yeah,
And one of the
For the DC Hangi
the DC hangi, yeah,
2019, yes, I was invited to come down, and thank you, Jody and Royal. That probably
yeah,
they're not on the call today, but I just wanted to do a call out to them.
yeah.
And just say hello to all you guys that are streaming,
Yeah,
watching.
that's
Yeah,
right. Yeah. That's
Willie,
pretty.
right?
Yeah.
Willie. Yeah,
Oh, Wallace, yeah, man.
yeah, that
He's a bit of
was
a hard case, that guy, man. Hard
yeah,
case brother.
good stuff.
So, yeah. So, now I just want to talk about the other thing that you do, which is very, very important, and I think it's one of the things that you've put this together yourself, and it's your other business. Well, see, you can talk about that. I'll go off the screen for a bit,
Sure.
and you can talk about this, and
All right, man.
yeah. So I'll go off and
So, during the pandemic, right in the beginning, and I was
oh
fortunate that it was in the beginning because
yeah, hang on,
got
yep,
into the unemployment system, and the wave kind of came after me getting in. So I got in pretty early. But during that time, I think all of us were struggling to kind of come to terms with what was going on in the universe, right? So, something I started cultivating some of the spiritual side of my mana, and put together this one channel. It's the niche is. It does a lot of meditation videos, meditation music, and just recently I've been onboarding some of our talented people, like for example Kapatahi Fredrickson, who does tarot card readings, and another young lady from out in England
yes,
that also I've showcased a couple of their services. But yeah, if you get an opportunity and you need some a video scenery, one of the sites that I built for Nikki Bennett was a a clinic out in Michigan. And I was suggesting to her, well, this would be really good stuff to put in the waiting room
Yeah.
area
Yeah.
instead of putting on CNN or Fox,
Yeah.
or the news, and have them, kind of ready themselves to be looked at in the clinic. This way, they're not kind of already at it. They can get agitated
Yes.
by the
Yeah.
news, and get all fired up, and then they just drag
Yes.
into from the waiting room into the clinic to see a doctor or something.
Gotcha. Yeah.
There's a lot of positives there, and it was really beneficial for me to do that. And I've already reached, I think right now, almost 3,000 subscribers. I've gotten past the criteria for the
Yes.
stringent YouTube criteria. So
Yeah.
it's just a lot of hard work, and this was something that kept me busy, kept me upbeat, kept me out of the darkness, so to speak, trying to stay positive. And I think it's also made a lot of my friends and subscribers also benefited.
Yeah.
It was something that I did on the side.
So how do they get to there? They go to YouTube, right?
If you search, for example, just gravitational orbit, you'll see one of my videos. It usually comes up first in the search for the search keywords. Click on that, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the music and enjoy some of the other guided meditation that I have up there.
Right. Yeah.
Chakras, some real good stuff.
Yeah. Some real good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I really like that, man. That's pretty good. Cool. And that's another thing that even like people want to subscribe to Gravitational Orbit or even to the Maori Churr TV. Just go to YouTube, subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Just click on the bell, and what that does, anything that we do, anything that Tiaka does, or anything that I do, it sends out a notification, so you don't lose out on what's going on and what's happening, and it lets you know that Dino's live or Tiaka's live, or he's got some new stuff up on YouTube now. So check it out, because it's something that you don't want to miss, when we're doing things, especially on this Maori Churr TV, bro.
Only on Maori Churr TV.
Only on Maori Churr TV. It's the only Maori Churr TV around the globe. But there could be another one coming up in Daytona, Florida soon. So again,
yes, your compadre down there, Wallace Faraday.
Yeah, Wallace Faraday, brother Faraday,
down in Florida there. So
yeah. So it'll be pretty awesome if he gets that going down there. So what's your future plans now for from because you live in Buffalo, New York now. So what's your what do you want to do now?
Yeah, being a father, I think one of my prime directives in my life is to put a lot of input into my son to curb his enthusiasm and put him on a good path. And he's a pretty smart kid. Sometimes he needs a little bit of prompting, as we know, as a parent.
Well, he loves math, so I heard he loves math.
Yeah,
math. Yeah,
he's figured out a few different math equations that blow me away. Some of the stuff that these kids are being taught these days.
Mm-hmm.
But I do a lot of drills with him. I make sure that he's focused really deep on what he needs to get done.
Right.
And then when it's playtime, I make sure that I fill his cup with positive energy, positive vibes. And he's really good, as you know, Dino. When he's around adults, he's conversive. He likes to talk to adults.
Yeah.
He's not ashamed or shy to come up and have a conversation with you, for example.
Correct.
It would be the Tama show instead of the Tiaka show. You know what I'm saying, bro? Only on Maori Churr TV. Right? Something you might have to start doing, bro. You start, getting all the kids involved, right?
Yes. Yeah. And he'll be the leader for the group.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Be a leader, that's for sure.
Yeah. So what do you do today now? Like your work? What are you doing today?
Yeah. So I've been off unemployment, and I feel for anybody on the call or that knows anyone that's been through that struggle. It is really not a good place for anybody to be in. But I recently got picked up by a company, and I got to tell you, man, the time and space between me waiting for the right opportunity it's just amazing, bro. You know, I mean, these guys came along right at the end when I was about to lose, you know, my unemployment, and
Yes.
then not only that, but there are some things that I when we're at the table, when we're having these big meetings with a lot of the executives, and you know, this Maori boy, he starts telling them stuff about you know, it's all wisdom from the ages, right? That comes down on us when when it's
Yes.
time for you to say something.
Hmm.
So the power of you know, getting these people from point A to point B is rested on my responsibility
Correct.
as far as
Yeah.
an IT operations manager. So I'm very fortunate that they listen and they pay attention, and
Yes.
you know, they're willing to do what I'm asking them to do.
Oh, that's it's really good. Well, it's
Yeah,
your experience of everything too. So, but today it's amazing. Like even myself, I'm finding out about Kiwis living abroad and what they have done and what they've been doing, and a lot of them in different fields, and it's just amazing to hear what everybody has done. And what everybody's doing now. I had Nikki
yeah,
and Gavin Bennett last week, and you know what they do, the frontline people, for this pandemic and all that. Now doing your stuff. See, we all have a different story,
yeah. I totally agree
about.
with you. And you know, being here in the U.S.,
Mm,
um, I just think that we have so much to offer from where we came from and
yes,
our lifestyles. You know, like the way we grew up, all of us.
yes,
Pakeha and Maori.
yeah,
On the marae, and just in general, being in the New Zealand, that the whole kind of aura of New Zealandism, right? When
yes,
you bring all that into the space of an American company,
hmm,
they really take notice. They listen. They first
yes,
of all, you captivate them by your accent, and then you just start pouring out. For example, like Willie, I mean, there's
he's online.
yeah, I noticed. Hey, bro. There's so many of us that have a story to tell, but such powerful
Yeah,
energy about us that we just go out there and we do it. We don't even have a second thought. We are
yes,
very dedicated people.
yeah,
We're very stand up people.
yeah.
And we just give it our all. We don't muck around, man. We just go out there and do it. And I think that's what
That's
a lot
true.
of people like about
Yeah,
our culture. That's
yeah, yeah.
where we
Well,
came
there's
to.
one thing. There's one thing about our culture too, and I'm sure I'm sure you're like this. Is that wherever we are, wherever we go out, whatever we do, we go to a mall, we go out, we're driving or singing. We always seem to keep our ears and eyes open for something that looks like a Kiwi or somebody that looks like a Maori or a Pākehā or a New Zealander or a Kiwi, and we do have some sort of connection when we're somewhere and we look over at a particular person and say, "Hey, are you from New Zealand?" And
Yeah,
usually 90% of the time we are right because it's just the way that they carry themselves or what they do and stuff like that. And we always seem to notice it all the time, you
yeah,
know. And it's just the way we are, as Kiwis, I guess. We recognize somebody or something. So
absolutely.
it's amazing, bro.
Yeah,
We have
I've
that
I've had two experiences like
aroha, bro.
that, right? Two
Yeah,
experiences
man.
like that here in Buffalo.
Yeah,
I'm in Walmart, which is like 5 minute drive from me, and I'm wearing a Kyoto DC sweatshirt that
right.
Jody gave me. And I'm just going up through the aisles and
Yeah,
everything, and I hear this girl, hey, knocking on my cart. Where are you from? I said, oh, I'm from New Zealand. She said, oh, I knew it because I could see this, you're wearing that shirt and everything. And I'm
yeah,
like, so she was a young college student that's out here
yeah.
studying. We're still in touch, right?
Right, right. Yeah,
Inviting them to hangies and stuff. So yeah, there's always an opportunity to meet up with your
yeah,
brethren.
yeah. Absolutely. I was walking in Costco here in Toronto, one of the Costco's here, just going around a corner, and this gentleman say, "Hey, you're from New Zealand?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Oh, I knew it because you're wearing that All Blacks hat."
Yeah, yeah,
So just like people just happen to stop us anywhere, and then the same thing if we happen to see somebody, we'll stop them and say, "Hey, are you from New Zealand and whereabouts?" So yeah, we around about 90% of the time, we're pretty well, we have that feeling about certain things that are very close to us. So, it's awesome, right? Really, really awesome. So, my friend, I'm really excited to have you on, and I say my friend because we're a very, very good friend. We're like brothers, you're like Willie and me. We're brothers. That's the way we are, though, bro. With the Maori boys, we are very, very close family. And it's a pleasure to have you on Maori Churr TV. Something that you help create, bro. The logos and all this and that. So it's pretty awesome, man. So I just want to thank you for coming on, and I just wish you all the best in what you're doing in the future, bro. And you continue doing what you're doing. And I just want to say to you that I won't do that again to you if I need something done.
Never say never, bro, because I know you. and only because I know you, I'll let you get away with it, bro.
Bro.
That's all right.
Yeah. It's
I got you, right? Because anything that you need from me, that's only I'm just a call away, right?
Yeah, bro. That's it. And I just wish all this was over because it's only about an hour drive to see each other. Although you're in the States and I'm here in Canada, but we're about an hour from each other if we were driving, right?
Sure.
We're very close or something, So I'm just excited to have you on today, my friend. So, brother, I just want to say to you, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I really do appreciate that. And we'll be in touch. I'm sure we'll be in touch, but I'm just gonna let everybody know that I'll be back at 5:00 with 5 Alive, bro. I'm gonna be singing 5 songs.
Here we go.
5 Alive today, right here on Maori Churr TV, bro. Okay, Tiaka. Kia ora, bro. Kia ora, everybody. 5 Alive. I'll be back in about an hour and a half. Cheers. Kia ora.